guys, it's Alexis, aka The Sloth Reader, and I'm here today to do another Top 5 Wednesday video. Top 5 Wednesday is hosted by Thoughts on Tomes, so I will link her channel as well as the Goodreads group where we list all the topics and links and such down below. This week's topic is pretty self-explanatory. It is just your favorite first lines, and this one was pretty easy for me because you know whether you're going to like a book pretty much from the first line if it grabs your attention. And I have to say that these are 5 books that definitely do that. The first book I'm going to mention is, of course, The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. And I will read to you the first line of this book, which is, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit." And the reason I love that is because the very way that that sentence reads is so magical to me. And I love that it's just a simple sentence to set up this big epic journey that this hobbit who lived in a hole in the ground goes on, and I just have always really loved that sentence and just how much it sets up the fantastic journey that Bilbo finds himself on, and I just love it. The next book I'm going to mention is one of my favorite classics, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and I will also read to you the first line of this book. "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife." And I love that one because it sets the tone for the whole book and for Jane Austen's commentary on Regency marriage and the place of a woman to get married, and of course it's pretty much the entire point of the novel, and I really love it because it's so ridiculous, and that's what Jane Austen meant it to be, and I just love it. The next book I'm going to mention is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Now let me read to you the first line of this one. "Cal wore a very peculiar coat." That's it! And that is such a interesting start to the book because it starts you off with the very peculiar coat that Cal wore, which is in fact very peculiar indeed, especially because he can turn it inside out and it becomes 100 different coats, and that is representative and it pulls you in and it just sets the stage for the wonderful magic story that this is. The next book I'm going to mention is Kiss of Deception, the first book in the Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. Let's go. "Today was the day 1,000 dreams would die, and a single dream would be born." I love that first line. It is just wow to me because it really sets up this somber tone that the main character Leah thinks of her duty as a princess to be. You know, she's trading all of her dreams for those of her kingdom, which is kind of the main point of the book. It's her motivation for doing everything she does. And that line is so heart-wrenching to read because it's basically amounts to her giving up her freedom for the sake of her kingdom, and it's definitely one of the reasons that I was so drawn into this book. And first lines are important because they're the hook that catches you. The next one I'm going to mention is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I'm sure most of you already know the first line in this book, but I will go ahead and read it to you anyway. "Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much." And I love that because I love that this book starts by introducing you to the very normal Dursleys and the very magical boy who lives under their stairs. And I just love it because it sets up, I keep saying that the first lines set up the book, but they really do. I mean, they're so pivotal to the story because that is the line where readers are going to go, what's this book about? Is this book something I want to read? And that line from J.K. Rowling is just, it's kind of funny, but it's also intriguing, and I just really love it. Alright guys, so that was Top 5 Wednesday. You guys should let me know down below what your favorite first line is because that's really interesting to think about. And like I said, time and time again in this video, first lines are super important. So you guys should let me know your answers down below, and I will see you all soon with another Top 5 Wednesday video. Bye guys!